In the heart of Africa, in a land of hills and heartbreak, Rwanda stood on the edge of a terrifying abyss in 1994. In just 100 days, over 800,000 Tutsi and moderate Hutu were slaughtered in one of the most horrifying genocides the world has ever witnessed. While the international community turned away, one force rose from exile in history to confront the darkness. The Inkotanyi, the soldiers of the Rwandan Patriotic Army, RPA, led by the Rwandan Patriotic Front, RPF. The return from exile. The Inkotanyi were not born from power, they were forged in exile. Many were children of Tutsi families who had fled Rwanda decades earlier during waves of persecution. They grew up in refugee camps in Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi, and Zaire, often stateless and forgotten. But they remembered Rwanda. In 1990, they began a military campaign, not for conquest, but to claim a right. The right to return, to belong, to live without fear. They fought initially for justice and equal rights, but by 1994, that mission had become a race against time, against the machine of death. When the genocide erupted on April 7, 1994, following the assassination of President Habyarimana, the Inkotanyi were quick to see the truth. This wasn't a war, it was an extermination. Armed with outdated weapons, fatigued from years of conflict, and vastly outnumbered, the Inkotanyi faced the genocidal Interahamwe militias and segments of the National Army, FAR, who were executing a meticulously planned campaign of ethnic cleansing. The Inkotanyi did not hesitate. They split their forces, not just to win territory, but to break through to Tutsi enclaves where people were being hunted. In Kigali, they fought street by street. In the south, they pushed into Butere, saving thousands. In the north, they broke the siege of Byumba. Heroes in the shadows. They rescued survivors from churches turned into slaughterhouses. They airlifted wounded civilians and gave shelter to those who had lost everything. They buried the dead with dignity. And when they finally entered Kigali in July 1994, ending the genocide, they did not claim vengeance. They proclaimed a promise that Rwanda would never return to hatred. Legacy of the Inkotanyi. The name Inkotanyi means the determined ones, and their determination was not only to fight, but to rebuild. After stopping the genocide, they worked to unite a fractured country. Many former Inkotanyi became the architects of Rwanda's rebirth in security, education, reconciliation, and justice. They encouraged Gacaca courts to address crimes, not to punish without end, but to heal with truth. They turned Rwanda into a symbol of post-conflict recovery, not by forgetting the past, but by confronting it with courage and unity. In the darkest hour of Rwanda's history, when the world watched in silence, the Inkotanyi chose to act. They chose to fight. And through that choice, they saved a people and a nation from complete annihilation. Their story is not only Rwandan, it is universal. A reminder that even in the face of evil, there are those who rise, not for revenge, but for life.